Well, hello, it's Kathy and Patti, the Real Entrepreneur Show.
Yes! You have no idea how long it took us to get this blasted episode together. We've been sitting here.
3 days. 3 days.
Wow, it just felt like 3 days.
With you, yes.
You know what it is? It's what they call imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Or perfectionism.
Or never being good enough.
Yes. Right? Or taking forever. You know, like when it takes you forever to launch your product and you just don't understand that whole idea of good enough. You know, just get the whole thing out there. Well, we wanted to get the perfect episode for you guys on imposter syndrome.
And so what did we do? We talked about sex.
Yeah. We actually think we should do a show about that.
Which we will.
We will. Trust me, we will.
X-rated, password protected, but yes.
Yes.
This is the PG-rated version, and we're not going to get more distracted.
Because we're not imposters at that. Oops. You didn't even hear that.
Oops. That was your outside voice.
Yes, it was. Yes, there's wine over there, but I won't even talk about that. So the thing is, so this imposter syndrome really is what this is about, guys.
And I remember distinctly, at the age of 25, I'd accomplished a lot of things, and I still thought I was a fraud. I thought it came so easy to me. You know, the accomplishments that I did do, and it was just, a career at IBM, and I left them, and I'd made a fair bit of money, and it was just like, I just felt it was so easy, but I was in denial about how hard it was.
Yeah, I thought that was so fascinating, because you were saying that you didn't even want to ask for help, right? So you didn't want to think about how hard it was.
Oh, because I was perfect. I didn't need help.
Yeah.
I absolutely didn't. I had an MBA. I don't need help. I've learned it all.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other thing, around the same time, well, I mean, I'm a little bit younger than you, but at
Very
the time,
little bit.
But when I was starting out in work, right, I remember thinking I had to do everything by myself.
Yeah.
In other words, I didn't ask for help.
Superwoman, right? You had to have the kid, the family.
Well, that kind of rolled in later once I was a parent. But I mean, when I was starting out, I was, I was working really hard at whatever it is that I was doing. I was doing a really good job at it, but I didn't ask for help. I figured it out myself, and that was the thing I did way beyond work for a very long time. Work, personal, where I thought I had to soldier on myself, and that in fact, I remember when I first started work, I thought this whole idea of knowing somebody who might tell you there was a job opening, and they knew somebody who could, you could get interviewed by. That was the worst thing possible.
Oh my God.
I remember somebody telling me and me thinking, I'm going to get in there myself and I will get it on my own merit and I'm not going to be introduced to that job or whatever.
As a favor.
Yes.
I don't need your favors.
Right. Yes. But I mean, you quickly learn, right?
Super insecure, really, isn't it?
Well, it's also this idea you got to do it alone. That's the thing, right?
And you don't.
You don't.
That's what a lot of the more successful entrepreneurs say, is that being an entrepreneur and running a multi-million-dollar business is not a solo job. It's not something you do. You need a team of people. It takes a tribe. It takes a village to raise a kid. It takes a whole tribe to make a business soar.
Yeah, but these are different aspects of being an imposter, right? So there's the perfectionist syndrome. Oftentimes those people, they'll say to me, I knew somebody once who said, I just like it done a certain way. I'm not a perfectionist.
I just have high standards.
High standards, No.
She hired you? She had exceptional high standards, obviously. Is what I meant. Not.
Moving on. Perfectionism is one, okay?
It's actually part of the imposter. Is how the imposter syndrome manifests. That it's not good enough. It's be better. It can be better. It can be better.
Exactly.
And of course, it can always be better.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's not good enough to do now.
Yeah.
Because the only way to accomplish something is to actually get into action. Because all the planning, all the strategizing, is that until you actually sell something, you don't have a business.
Well, that's one of the other actual ones that they talk about as an example of imposter syndrome. It's another one of the versions, the manifestations, which, happens to so many women business owners in particular. Wait until it's perfect until you can launch, right?
Yeah.
Completely crazy. And another one is the natural genius. The one, if you were the person who always gets, A's and A+ in everything, it was just so easy. Well, it sounds like you. So easy for you in school or whatever.
I just whizzed through my MBA. Because, just so I got thrown out doesn't mean that it wasn't really easy.
Exactly.
Because it wasn't.
Right?
It really wasn't. No. But I was in denial about it.
Yes.
I was in denial about being the imposter, I guess.
Right. And sometimes people who are really used to getting those really great grades and things coming easily, they set the bar so high that it's really, really really stressful, you know, when they're already really good at something. But it's this thing that you're never good enough, really. Yeah. And you don't want people to find out, even when you're getting those great grades or you're doing really well in your business. So how the heck do we get past this, guys?
Smile.
You know, part of it is, what?
Smile.
Just smile. She's an
Fake
imposter.
it till you make it. And eventually, see, everybody starts a new job and they don't know everything.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I thought I oversold myself once. I was a software manager for all of Europe for a PC manufacturer. I went, I'm not that technical. But the thing is that once I relaxed and went, you know, this job isn't that technical, and I made it more marketing oriented, which is really, is that you grow into the role. The only way to grow is to get into your discomfort zone. Because you're not going to, if you're in that comfort zone, you're never going to grow. Yeah. So we're all imposters.
Well, this is the thing I was just going to say. Exactly. Recognize that every single person you see out there that looks so like they've got it together has got some aspect of this. It's just endemic to being a human being, sadly, right? And part of that, I think, you know, this is why, as you guys know, we call this the Real Entrepreneur Show, because it's
warts
about
and all. Remember, yes, for sure, our warts off.
Yes, but you know, talking about it and sharing this with other entrepreneurs, because everybody has some version of this. They're perfectionists. They put things off. They're procrastinating.
They're never feeling good enough. It's never good.
Takes them forever to launch. They procrastinate. All these different things.
Yeah. So the thing is to recognize it is a phenomena, a syndrome, something that is stopping you from really reaching your potential.
Don't think too much about syndrome, though. That's really kind of depressing.
No.
I think so. You know what I mean? If we're all sitting going, I got a syndrome. Oh my God, and I got to launch this business, and I got to get this product
for that. I'm sure there's a pill for that. You can just pop, or there's wine. There's wine. So have a glass of wine, and just recognize where in your business you're feeling like an imposter. Yeah. And it's like and separate the truth from the facts. It's like, are you truly, I mean, we meet some entrepreneurs, they've got like 20, 30 years of experience, not in running their own business, but in their area of expertise. They are way qualified. They just need to learn how to run a business, because that's something you learn, just like you learn to be a rocket scientist or an engineer or an accountant. You just got to learn how to run a business. It's not rocket science.
And I think the other thing is, like we say, be aware everybody's got this. Number two, talk to people, share this, and get that stuff out. Don't hold on, hold it in. And the other thing that we've talked about in other episodes is, in my case, I have that thing called a wins book.
Wins book, yes.
Where I write down every day, what things went well and this and that. And the other thing is something I also have, we've talked about, which is an accomplishment rewind. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So go back and see the things you've done and recognize how amazing you are.
Right.
And read, like we've said so many times, read those testimonials and all that stuff.
Read your own press and believe it. Believe it. And every time, get that elastic. Every time you think that you're a failure, we are all failures at some point.
But if you have skinny wrists, I mean, I tried that for a couple of days once, and I got this really red, oh my God, it was terrible. I mean, just bursting.
Maybe that was that bondage you're into. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, we're going to do that show about love and relationships and sex. But not today.
Yeah.
Because that has nothing to do with being an imposter, darling.
No, that's right. You can't fake that, can you? Well, women have been faking it for years. But one thing is, reframe it. Is that when you think that, you're dumb, you're stupid, whatever, do not call yourself anything like that. Reframe it. Go, you're just learning. You're just learning. Yeah. Because the thing you learn from failure is how to get better.
Well, the other thing, and I often talk about, it's training, right? Yeah. It's not failure, it's training.
Yeah.
So,
Life lessons.
So don't be an imposter. Let it all hang out. Be who you are.
Yeah. And then people will actually be more attracted, because they'll go, oh, I can let my guard down.
Yes.
I can be me.
They're exactly like
Warts
I am.
And all.
Exactly.
Yeah. See ya.
See you next time.
No more hiding.
No.
Bye.
Bye.